your guides to a really great financial future. Tom and Don are talking real money.
It's a video. It's a podcast. It's all purpose. It's talking real money. It's important. It's critical. It's crucial. And today's is particularly crucial because there's craziness going on. Craziness. As if the financial markets weren't crazy enough, this whole business of cryptocurrencies keeps rearing its stupid, ugly, not even hardly worth considering, yet we still have to head. Hi, I'm Don McDonald in the Virginia studio of Talking Real Money, thus the curtain, because it's not really a real studio yet. That's to deaden the sound. And Tom is in the vestry oven in Bellevue, Washington.
Temperatures have
Are you
dropped
done
dramatically. It's dropped. We're 30 degrees cooler today than we were 2 days ago. So this is nothing.
Pleasantville.
Yeah. Very, very nice. Very nice.
Okay, so are you toasted?
I'm roasted, toasted, and ready to go.
Boiled in the above ground pool. You know, I
had to refill it with cold water yesterday. Not refill it because
it amazes me that those things stand up. They look like something that's just going to fall down and flood your neighbors. They
may
like
well
that.
Still do that. Who knows?
Right.
It's possible.
So anyway, welcome to Talking Real Money. Today's topic: stupid crypto. Sorry, crypto freaks. Crypto is stupid. And the reason we bring it up again is because as long as it's the plaything of billionaires so that they can dabble in something new, or a bunch of idiots who are speculating and gambling, I'm okay with it. I'm fine. It's when it starts infiltrating people's retirement plans that we start to get a little concerned.
They're coming for your retirement. That's how I put it. So we've learned that that the people that run retirement plans are now considering adding Bitcoin as an asset class. Financial advisors, I find this fascinating. 14% now say they use or recommend cryptocurrency, which is up from 1% a year ago. 14% say they use or recommend. I wonder if I think there's a word starts with a P called
pander.
Oh, that's the word.
Yeah.
And so, yes, this is something that they want to go after, the $22.5 trillion retirement savings programs, employer-sponsored program. They're already working at it. They're all over it. I mean, remember, they recently made it easier for you to have an annuity in your retirement plan.
I thought that was bad enough.
Yeah. And now
but at least an annuity is something. An annuity is invested in something. I want to, again, I'm going to ask all you crypto freaks, tell me, please tell me, what the heck is cryptocurrency good for? What am I going to do with it?
Well, and we'll get to the reasons I think it's a bad idea, but let's talk about a few of the other people that have sort of pulled into the crypto discussion here recently. The man that, anybody outside of New England, I guess, in Tampa Bay, love to hate, Tom Brady, the National Football League quarterback.
Particularly those of us who had teams in the AFC for so long.
And he's just on and on and on. He's like 100 years old. Just retire. Do something else. But
with
he
your
just
Bitcoin.
Keeps winning. Yeah. So he, a few months ago, said, hey, you really got to get in this Bitcoin thing. It's a great idea. And now he says, that was my laser eyes didn't see this right, like I would a receiver 40 years down the field.
Yeah. Okay. It's not football. They're Tom. It's not football.
Apparently not. And then our friend Kathy Wood, of course, runs the ARC
of the Covenant.
The Ark of a Covenant. It's coming. She is going to apply to the Securities and Exchange Commission to add, get it, a Bitcoin exchange traded fund. Wow, that's
Kathy. Anything
news.
For a buck would, apparently.
She would if she could.
Kathy would, if she could start a fund if she can.
For those of us who actually still read, this is called newspaper, Don. They get printed on paper.
Really? They still make those? Come on.
So novel. But I love this.
Yeah, Bitcoin
for the people. Because the people, and by the way, this is the Wall Street Journal. This isn't one full page ad. It's twice. Same
Those are
edition.
expensive.
Yeah, that's a spendy. And so you can, by the way, for those of you who really want to know more, you can go to nydig.com to find out all the
That's
super
either
secret
NYDIG
reasons.
or New York Dig.
I'm hoping it's New York.
All right, again, that brings me back to my point. Please, somebody tell me what the heck. Oh, by the way, do you know that Jim Cramer now is anti-Bitcoin?
No, I did not know. Well, finally, we're on the same side on something.
No, he's decided he's pro-Ethereum.
Oh, he's still likes the blockchain investments.
Right, it's more like a currency, he says, but because it's backed.
Yeah.
But here's the reality. I am a relatively regular person. I shop for groceries online like most Americans these days. I read my newspaper on an electronic device like most people these days. I go out to restaurants again, thanks to a vaccination I got. I drive a car. I go talk to people. I do think, why do I need a Bitcoin? And if I had Bitcoins, what would I do with them?
Well, and so let's talk about that, about adding Bitcoin to your portfolio. Here are the things I think you should consider. Number one, what's your motivation? What's driving you to add Bitcoin, to put that into your portfolio?
Getting rich. That's what's driving
me. It's the greed emotion.
Yeah, that's all it is. I want to get rich.
I think it's also fear of missing out.
But I still want to get rich.
Everybody's doing it except me. That's number one. Number two, how expensive is it going to be to own? In other words, you can now own the entire globe in one exchange traded fund for, I think it's 8 basis points. Mm-hmm. You own 9,000 stocks. I can almost guarantee you that any exchange traded fund that owns Bitcoin is going to be a lot more expensive than that. A lot more expensive. So we'll see. And then here's the other part, Don.
Yeah.
Why, if you're going to put this in your portfolio, there's the only reason I can ever see adding anything is if it's going to add return or reduce risk. You can't say that about Bitcoin. You cannot, because there's not a long enough track record, because it's way too volatile, and no one knows if the public truly is invited into all of this, what that's going to mean. It may be more volatile than it's been. It's still down, half from its all-time high, right? So those are things I think you should look at for any investment you want to add to your portfolio.
Did you just use the I word and crypto in the same paragraph?
Are you okay?
I can't take it when we call these things investments. I cannot take it. They are so much more. They're the closest comparison that I can come up with is a lottery ticket or tens of thousands of lottery tickets, because that's all they are. They're nothing more than lottery tickets. They're not a currency. You can't buy stuff with it. If I go down to the restaurant down the street on any given day, let's say I went down there 6 months ago and bought a meal. My meal was twice as expensive as it is today. How am I going to know what my meal is going to cost when I go in? I don't want a dollar that does this. This is not the Weimar Republic.
You got a wheelbarrow?
Yeah, and the problem, well, at least their currency, you knew it was always going to go down in value. This one you don't know. This is, and have you noticed that it's only rich people, and young people who get really excited about crypto? Oh, and people in the crypto industry.
Which excludes you and I guess, because we're not rich and we're not young anymore.
And I'm never, ever, 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 let me just tell you that again, ever buying cryptocurrency, period. Thank you.
And
thus endeth my preaching.
Even if it's available, do not add it to your IRA. Do not add it to your 401k. This is not something you need to own, period.
It's pure gambling.
Yeah.
And it should not be allowed in 401ks or IRAs. This is where the government should actually step in and protect people for once from something that everybody who has half a brain knows is nothing. It's this. It's almost like a mass delusion. We're simultaneously hallucinating.
I think it's the heat.
It's something. Anyway, If you want to call and tell us why I should want Bitcoin, please do so at 855-935-TALK, 855-935-8255, or you can write your treatise and send it in at talkingrealmoney.com. You can write as long as you want. I may edit it for broadcast, but I'd love to know. People keep telling me the only thing I've ever gotten from anybody is Don. You don't understand. It's the blockchain. It's the block. It's all about the blockchain. No, I'm putting money in it. It's about a lot more than the blockchain. And there's going to be a blockchain yuan, and there's going to be a blockchain dollar, and there's going to be a blockchain euro. Why would anybody want the blockchain Bitcoin? Anyway, all right. You want
Questions?
a question?
Yeah, hit me.
We got a question sent in, of course. That's where most of them are. This one comes to us. Let's see. Oh, yeah, here it is. Okay, good. Hi, Don and Tom. I have a question about your 3-fund portfolio. What percentage of each fund do you recommend? I'm 28, currently contribute 3% to my work 401k, get a match, but it has expensive funds. Oh, I think we did this one.
It sounds familiar. And by the way, just to re-answer that depends on your tolerance for risk. If you're 28, I'm going to tell you to put half in the U.S., half in the international. That's 100%.
Yeah, we already
stocks.
did that one.
Yeah,
I still had it flagged. I still had it flagged as an active
that's
one.
An answer. That's a bonus because everyone needs to know what their risk tolerance is and how much in stocks and how much in bonds. 28, I would have it all in stocks. That's my opinion.
All right, here's the next one then. Oh, this is from Virginia.
Okay.
Where I am right now. Hi, Tom and Don. Actually, it says Don and Tom, but I was trying to be nice to you. Thanks for putting on a great show and making the subject entertaining and informative at the same time. I am fortunate enough to be in a position where I will be getting about $500 more a month to invest because of a promotion. Currently, my wife and I max out our Roth IRAs, and I put away about $8,000 a year into my Roth TSP. We have about $430,000 in our retirement accounts, about 80% in Roths, and are 37 years old. Ideally, I'd like to be retiring by 60, assuming I hit at least 20 years of active duty military time at 15 already, but would like the flexibility to retire sooner if possible, but probably not earlier than 55. Would I be better off putting some of the extra investable $500 in my regular brokerage account now with an efficient ETF like VTI, or keep packing it into my retirement accounts? My fear is getting to age 57 and wanting to retire, but being stuck by having everything tied up in accounts that can't be accessed until 59 and a half. I also have one child age 6 who does not have any type of custodial account at this point, such as a 529. However, I have transferred my GI Bill to him for his future education. Do you think allocating some of this extra money to a regular brokerage account would give me some better flexibility with both of those scenarios? And is it worth splitting hairs at this point in my life? I also know that having a military retirement will give me some flexibility as well. Thanks.
Yeah, I guess so. Part one is with the military pension, will that cover your expenses after 20 years in the military? That would be one thing I would want to know. Mm-hmm. Because if not, yes, your thinking is correct. You want to put some of that money in a post-tax taxable brokerage kind of account, because you can pull that out anytime. And by the way, the only tax you're going to face there is long-term capital gains tax when you sell a security, turn that into cash to pay for the groceries. So no, I think you're exactly right. You don't want to have it all stuck in retirement accounts. And by the way, it's a good idea in general to have some money in pre-tax, some money in Roth, and some money in brokerage. So you have different pots to draw on when you do retire. But I think your strategy is smart. Thank you for your service. Yes, saving some money in a post-tax, regular taxable brokerage kind of account makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, if you're going to 55 or 60, you still have 20 years. So that 430 plus any contributions you're continuing to make in the TSP, that's going to be a lot of money by the time you can take it out at 59 and a half. So I'm with Tom. I think it's a great idea to go with a tax-efficient, outside of the IRA account. Because remember, if you're putting that money in and it's a growth-oriented vehicle and it's very tax efficient, it doesn't distribute much in the way of dividends, you're going to get the same effect almost without the tax deduction as a regular IRA, except with a benefit. With a benefit. You see, with a regular IRA, when you take the money out, you'll pay taxes at your income bracket. With a capital gains vehicle like an ETF, you'll pay taxes at what is currently the much lower capital gains rate. So I think it's smart. Spreading the assets out, giving yourself flexibility to make better future decisions for your family is smart.
And I think in terms of the capital gains tax, you have to have a minimum of $60,000 or $70,000 a year before you pay any capital gains.
Yeah, that's
true. So you get that
too.
kind of break as well. So you could really game it a bit.
So it could be like a Roth even.
It could be, yeah, without the potential
a pre-59 Roth.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I think that's a very good strategy. Wow, great job on the savings. Congratulations on the promotion.
Thanks for the note. And all of you have the opportunity to send us one at talkingrealmoney.com. You can also speak them there, or you can call us with them and leave a voice message if you still use your phone at 855-935-TALK. Phones are kind of like newspapers, almost anachronistic.
We're just going to think it now. Remind my wife.
When we started Vestory in 2009, how many wired phones did we have in our office? Right. We have never.
I got to say zero because it's the podcast. People aren't seeing us. I got to say zero. Sorry.
Zero. Yeah. The reality is we have never had a PBX or all of the expensive phone lines or the expensive phone system from the phone company, because business lines are always more expensive. Mm-hmm. We've saved a lot of money just having employees use their cell phones.
Well, actually, there are cell phones. But
now they are. But back then, early on, when we just had 2 or 3 people, you and I still to this day use our own phones.
That's true.
We are not on the company phones.
No, we're not.
On our own phones.
That's not going to happen.
Anyway, world's changing. Keep changing with it.
And by the way, to make sure your portfolio is updated, we still offer the free 1 hour with an advisor to look at your retirement plan.
What do you mean still? Are we going to stop soon?
That's a promotional kind of thing. We still offer that. We're continuing to offer that.
We've always offered it.
I know. Okay. We've always offered, and now we're offering it again. How's that? Is that better? So if that didn't come out right, I apologize. And I think you just go to vestory.com and click on something, right?
Well, set up. Go to.
It's something.
Tom goes, I don't know how to use a computer. Is it in the paper? If it's not in the paper, I don't know how to do it.
Exactly.
So can I write a letter to get signed up?
I'm doing smoke signals right now.
Yeah.
Watch,
do you have a stamp? Do you own stamps still?
I still have stamps.
It's so. A little aside. I was having my chimneys checked in this old house in Virginia.
Good idea.
Yesterday, I literally had a chimney sweep come out, and I was talking to Tom, and I said, "Yeah, he's got no Cockney accent." And he shouts, he goes, "But I did used to have a top hat." Anyway, it was so nice.
Wiry little guy. How did he get in there? I mean, is that tough or not? I don't know. I couldn't do it.
Well, how does Santa get down the darn things? Yeah.
This is above my pay grade.
I said, so he was here for almost an hour, checking the drafting and all that stuff. And I go, "How much do I owe you?" And he goes, $35. And I went, "Wow, that's reasonable."
Yeah, we could call it another thing.
Do you take credit cards? Because I don't have any checks.
Who has checks or cash?
Yeah, I don't have cash.
Bitcoin.
I got to give him. And he goes, "No, I've never figured this technology stuff out." And I went, "Wow, you sound like Tom."
But I have somebody in my house who can take credit cards. That's the good news.
I don't have a checkbook. So I went into my Bank of America app on my phone, and I said, "Give me your address and all that," and they'll mail him a check.
How about Venmo? He
doesn't use that.
He should use that. In that kind of business, that makes sense.
He needs a paper check. But the good news is Bank of America will send a paper check.
Oh, okay. And you can write a paper check on anything, by the way, as long as you put your account number and all that and sign it. Give it to
me. I even know all of that. I'd have to look it all up.
You got to get up to date with technology, man.
I am up to date with technology. It's the chimney sweep who's not.
Okay.
You'd think in a high-tech profession like chimney sweeping.
Highly in demand, yeah. Sure. Makes sense.
Apparently,
He'd be
it
all
is
over it.
Apparently, it is in Abingdon.
Okay. So at least the house won't burn down from a chimney fire, I guess. That's good.
Well, we don't put fires in these. All of our fireplaces, interestingly enough, in southwestern Virginia, all of them are coal fireplaces. Doesn't that surprise you in Southwest Virginia? Yeah, not at all. All right. Thanks for being a part of the podcast, the video cast, the nonsense. I'm Don McDonald. Over there is Tom Cock, and all we do is hang out, talking real money and pools, and the dog barks too.
In the dark.
All right. See you. Bye. There's the dog.
The perfect timing.
We hope you realize that the information provided on Talking Real Money is for educational and hopefully enjoyable purposes only. Providing personalized financial planning or investing advice takes time, so please consult with a really good fee-only fiduciary investment, tax, or legal advisor. We know a good one. Investing must always involve risk. In other words, you can and probably will lose money at times. Also, as much as you want it, no one can accurately, consistently predict the future. So past performance doesn't tell you a darn thing about what the future will bring. Unlike many other programs that say something similar, Talking Real Money is not trying to get you to buy or sell any financial products or securities. Instead, the program is provided as a public service by Vestry, a fee-only registered investment advisor. Thanks for listening, and please visit talkingrealmoney.com for more information and disclosures. That should keep the lawyers happy.